You are definitely my fascination.
Hey everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm here interviewing music artist Leair.
How y'all doing? How's everyone doing?
So is a music artist that your title? What would you call yourself? Singer? Musician? I know you play some instruments too.
I would say, yeah, I'm an artist, I'm a musician as well because I play the piano, I play the guitar. I'm a singer, I'm a producer as well. Kind of compose, I'm little, you know what I mean? It's not the best at the time, but I throw composer in there as well.
What's the difference between producing and composing?
So producing is more like electronic, composing is like old school, like, you know, from certain instruments, like writing the music theory and things of that nature. So I started off more so composing than I did producing. So before, I'm like writing the music notes, flutes, and arranging things in that way from sheet music, as opposed to just clicking and, you know, producing from like a computer, like with beats and things of that nature. So, yeah.
Okay, so you said that you started composing first.
Yeah.
So when did you start singing?
All right, so I started singing when I was 18. So I actually, it started off as a school project. Like I didn't grow up singing at all. I just saw some friends and things of that nature, like, hey man, you know, they walk into school and everything and they sing, and I feel like singing is so freeing and so like, it looked fun to do. And I was seeing like my partners like, man, I wish I knew how to sing. It just it looks dope, you know? So I bought the singing lesson online, and that was my research. Like I did a research paper about singing. That's literally how I learned how to sing. So I actually like studied singing, like on the program, just doing like little lip rolls and all these annoying sounds. And my family, what the hell he's up there, you know, upstairs doing? Like, what is he doing? And I just fell in love with it. I actually learned to play the piano the year before, so I wasn't musically inclined before anything. So it all came to me. It just all fell in my hands. Like I'm very appreciative because I started off singing from this little thing. And you know, I just fell in love with it like crazy, you know.
Wow, so those little DVDs, they really help.
Yeah, it did. I ain't gonna lie, like, nobody would thought, like, you know, everybody's like, oh, you wasting your money, they got you, got scammed. But it ended up changing my life ultimately. So, off of a little high school project.
That's great. So you couldn't sing at all before that?
I mean, you know, growing up as a kid, you know, your aunties throw you to church like, sing, baby, sing. And you up there, just, you know, clap your hands and do your thing. But I never could articulate. I wanted to do sports. Like I wasn't trying to be no singer, no like, nothing like that. So, I fell in love with music so hard. Like I was like addicted to it because it was something I couldn't do. And I just fell in love with it. Yeah.
So when you were 18, so like 2-3 years ago, huh? Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, I wish, but I mean a lot of people still think I'm fairly young still, you know. But that was some years ago, y'all. That was
Wow.
Yeah.
So some of you watching this video, you may recognize him from my reaction video. I was a model in his music video for his song You. Right. So if you haven't checked that out, I'll link it above. Make sure you check out the video.
Yes.
So tell me about that process, that song. I know a lot of people are probably curious about it. So who were you writing about, and what inspired this song? It's such a beautiful love song.
Oh, right on. So the thing, this is gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna sound like for sure like a nerd on this, but I actually wrote the song out of like a projection, like what I would think the dopest relationship would feel like.
Right.
You know, so some people like, oh, who's he talking about? So even some people in the past, like he talking about me. Like, nah, it wasn't like that. I, to be honest, ultimately wanted to make a song that, you know, just exemplifies black love. Like, I'm gonna keep it funky. Like I didn't grow up seeing like, you know, black togetherness, black unity in couples. I grew up with baby mama drama, just so much discord.
Yeah.
And I actually wrote the song a while back and actually released it in 2018. So it's actually a little older song, but the video came out, you know, in the time that it needed to come out. So I personally made the song just because I wanted to kind of be different. I'm hearing about them, man. I can go to the club, I can get every girl, I can do all this, and the girls, man, it was, I don't know if I'm supposed to be cussing. I'm not gonna cuss, but you know, just you know, you just hearing just so much discord between black men and black women. And also, I miss the neo soul era, the music soul child, Anthony Hamilton's, the Dwayle's, you know, like Jennings, like, you know, I grew up in that era as well. So I miss that music that made me feel like, man, it feel good to love. Like, I didn't grow up, like, I grew up afraid to love. Like, man, don't put your heart in no nothing, don't, you know, all this type of stuff that kind of keep us captive in our emotions as a man. And I just want to be different, and I want to exemplify, like, man, what would a dope relationship feel like? You know, just true togetherness, black unity, you know what I mean? You know, everybody's, you know, open to date and love who they, you know, choose to love, but in my mind, I was more so for my community and stuff. I wanted to just exemplify that, man, just to show, like, hey, people, we still loving each other, you know, don't believe the hype, you know, like, we are doing, you know, there's people, it's sad to say, I know it's kind of a silent minority, you know, in the mainstream media and how they're trying to portray us, but, you know, there's still a lot of love happening between us. So,
absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. And we're here for it. We're very grateful that you're making that kind of music for us.
Right on.
Yeah, I saw the comments under your videos. It was very well received. Well received.
Right. And I want to say, I'm sorry, because, well, thank you to you for all the people that you brought to us, because like, a lot of people like, man, Keisha sent me. So thank you guys that's following her page. Thank you guys for showing love as well. So I appreciate it, and thank Keisha for being a part, and she did amazing. So she's doing her thing, y'all. She's doing her thing.
I looked a little goofy in there.
Nah,
we'll talk about that
she keeps saying that. I don't know if she I looked through, I'm like, you did, and she over here. Nah, she did good though, y'all. I know she, you know how we can be our toughest critics. So I thought she did amazing, and look, it's my song, it's my video.
Yeah, but actually, when I was walking over here, it was like a Range Rover, a big old Range Rover was bumping So Beautiful by Music Soul Child. I was like, I haven't heard the song in so long. I mean, I've heard it like playing on my phone, but like bumping on the street. I was like, I wait here this summer. Like, well, I'm on my way to go see Leair and there.
Right.
So, is the majority of your music, would it fall into the neo soul category? What would you say?
I would say here and there. Like, a lot of my music, I just kind of create on how I feel, you know, and I try not to box myself in, but I do rely on neo soul, alternative soul, acoustic soul. You know, I do rely on that heavily because that was kind of my musical foundation. But I say I create feel music. I try my best to make music that people ultimately feel, you know, because I want people to feel, because we, you know, it's cool to turn up. Like, I ain't mad at that, you know. I've been there myself, you know. But I feel like music that makes us feel, I feel like we're kind of trying to shy away from that. You know what I mean? And I just want people to feel love, feel joy, or make them think. Just make them feel and evoke something, because I feel like a lot of music now is so numb. And I feel like I want to come back to a place where we can feel it and provide music that can, you know, potentially be somebody's soundtrack to their life.
So as you're talking, I can't help but to notice your accent. Where are you from? Because I know you're not from here.
Yeah, I ain't from New York, from the Bay Area. You know, I moved out here from Oakland. But I grew up as a kid. I was one of them kids that just bounced around like all over the Bay. I moved in different states. Yeah, I lived in Oakland, City Oakland, Hayward, San Lorenzo, Stockton, California. I went to high school in Stockton. I lived in Reno, Nevada. I lived in Oklahoma City. So I grew up in a lot of places, but the Bay Area is my home, like, for sure. Like, I'm a Bay-destrian, so shout out to the whole Bay Area. Shout out to Northern California. Shout out to California. You know what I mean? We rock it. You know, I'm bringing the vibes on the East. You know, and, man, much love to y'all, and thank you guys for still supporting me. You know, back home.
So are you liking it out here?
Oh, I love Brooklyn. I love New York, the vibes, the people. Like, I feel like this is my second home. Hey, y'all, she trying to set trip. But yeah, Brooklyn, I love here. It feels like some way in another life, I feel like I grew up here or something. You know what I mean? Like, I've had nothing but just great vibes, energy in Brooklyn since I've touched down here. It's been amazing. The people here I love it. Like everybody like New York. I'm like, man, what's not to like about it? Like it's people mean there. Like nah, you just gotta you just send people away. Like the people got stuff to do, you know. And I rock with that because the speed and just the people, the bluntness. I feel like you can get so much done when people just keep it funky with you, like as opposed to just like not telling you the truth. So I grew a lot in Brooklyn because of that. Like people are, you know, straight shooters out here, and I love it. I love it.
Yes, I do love the people out here too. if I could say so myself. I actually met you through Kefele in a way.
Yes.
So who is Kefele for those of us who don't know?
Oh man, the king of Locs. You know, he's an amazing brother. So he does my hair, you know, and shout out, so how I met Kefele was through a loctician in Oakland. So shout out to Omar, you know what I mean? He definitely gave me an alley-oop. You know, I'm over here searching in Brooklyn. He like, man, tap in with, you know, Kefele. So Omar, you watching this, ain't much love and much light. And thank you for the processing. Kefele as well, man. Thank you for everything. So, yeah.
So how long have you had your locks at this point?
So 3 years and 4 or 5 months. So I was kind of like a baby to the whole journey because I'm gonna be honest, like I wasn't, at the time I started liking my hair, I had like little like baby like afro and like the sides like you know, cut on the sides. So I wasn't actually planning to lock my hair, it actually chose me, like honestly. Like my auntie in Oakland, she did my hair and I just started seeing how fast my hair was growing. And I just fell in love with the journey. I'm like, oh, this is like you know, watering a flower and watching it grow. So I saw it as that and I fell in love with the process. Like it was amazing and I just love it, you know. I'm like, I feel connected to it. So, you know, it's a dope process. Like I love it.
Do you ever do it yourself or do you also go a loctician?
Oh man, I tried to. I sent like, my mom got locks too. Excuse me. So my mom, she got locks and I tried to. I had all the clips in my hair. I'm over here trying to, you know, watching YouTube videos and watching you look on the slide. Like, what do Keisha do? How she do, you know? But yeah, I feel horrible.
Okay.
I was horrible. I didn't know how to part my hair, so it looked like, instead of 6 weeks old, it looked like 3 weeks old. So
okay.
It wasn't. Nah,
it's not for everybody.
Nah.
So shout out to all the locticians and locks out there who hold us down when we can't do it ourselves. Shout out to all you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, cause y'all, I was struggling. Like it was, I'm just gonna stick to music, cause that ain't my thing. You know, one day I'm on, one day, but you know.
Do you feel like you're on this journey for life?
Me, I don't plan on cutting my hair. The only regret that I do have though is I didn't grow out all my hair. So on the sides, I had like cut the sides, like you know, faded the sides. Cause again, I just had my like sides faded and just grew out the top. So that's the only thing I kind of regret. Like I should just grew out all my hair.
Okay.
So that's
So you plan on cutting the sides for forever?
I don't know. So what I wanted to do, right? I was gonna try to twist it. So I was trying to grow it, make sure it gets long. I could possibly cover it up so people can't see it, and then probably do something with it. And then, I don't know.
No, people do that. I've seen women who have like who shave the bottom, and when it's time for them to grow it out, they just wear their hair down.
Yeah.
To cover it while it grows out, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Cause after a while, it just kind of gets like, yo, I might as well. Yeah, just keep cutting sides. It's like
it's a lot of maintenance to have to shave it.
Instead of just a retwist and then just keeping the push out and retwist and then shave the sides.
Right.
You know, so it's like a lot. You know, hitting them up, the loctician, then hitting the barber. Or usually for the most part, I try to cut it myself. Like half the times I cut my own hair. You know, sometimes so if y'all see videos, my mustache a little lopsided. You know, that was me. So but that's my only regret, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get back to the music, right?
Yeah.
So, since you've been out here in New York, have you done any live shows?
Not much because COVID hit. Like when I first got here, I would say I would say like 6 months in, 5 months in, COVID hit. So it shut everything down. It was very tough at the time. So I'm like, man, I took a leap of faith to come to New York. I literally like packed up everything back home. It's just a one-way ticket. And I freestyled everything. Like I got here, Airbnb for 2 weeks. And I was like, let me figure it out. I had no family and nothing like that in New York. And nobody knows. Like, I didn't tell my family, only like 4 or 5 people. And I took a leap of faith. And it was tough, but I'm glad that, you know, I'm still here. You know, but in that time I wasn't able to do shows, but I was, you know, producing and things and working, you know, regular jobs and stuff like that, just trying to fund myself, me taking a leap of faith, you know, kind of get my coins, you know what I'm saying? But I did a couple open mics before COVID hit, and just to kind of like, hey y'all, I'm new to the area, I'm from the Bay Area, like, y'all rock with me kind of thing. But I know now, since things are starting to open up, like more so, I'm gonna definitely start looking more into live shows. Link with some musicians out this way, so once things open, then yeah, it's rocking. Yeah.
Okay, so were you performing live back home?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, here and there, some big shows. Like the biggest show that I did in the Bay was the Juneteenth Festival. Right after I opened up for Faith Evans, and it was so fun. With the band, and shout out to my guys if y'all watching this. Like I miss y'all, man. You know, but we gonna rock one day again. So yeah, so I performed here and there in the Bay, but the Bay's home. But artistically, I didn't feel home in the Bay, and I kept being pulled this way, and I kept getting more traction this way on just the East Coast, Midwest, down south. So I felt it on my heart, and it led me here. So I guess I'm supposed to be in New York then. So I'm here.
That's so cool.
Yeah, right on. Thank you.
It's a beautiful thing when you're led by spirit and you just
absolutely
go with that.
Right, absolutely.
By faith, not by sight, you know?
Right. For real.
Who would you say are your musical influences? Who are your favorite artists of all time that are alive?
I would say, to be honest, when I first started singing, because I was new to it, so anybody that could sing was pretty much my influence. Like I had partners in the neighborhood that was singing, and they inspired me, because I just didn't know. I'm like, hey, how do you do that little run thing? What is that? How do you do that? Like I was a baby. Like I didn't know anything about singing, and I would say like it's so many. I have hundreds, because every artist that's done their thing, like I looked up to, from R&B to country to rock to soul. It's so many, but my foundational artists, I have to say, who inspired me to play the piano, like Alicia Keys and John Legend, you know. And from them, I went just backwards, like behind, like I seen who inspired them and then who inspired them. So I went to a rabbit hole of like, who inspired that person? Okay, then who inspired him? You know, so
who were they inspired by?
Man, I mean, of course, the GOAT himself. A lot of people are inspired by Stevie.
The GOAT.
You know, to me, Stevie is the GOAT, like for real.
Stevie who?
Stevie
For those
Wonder.
who are
Man, people, when I say Stevie, the world should know who I mean. It's only one.
You could have been talking about Stevie J, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, see, he's a good, because he was at the Faith Evans. He's actually really talented.
He's very talented.
Yeah, he's super talented.
But I know we know they did not inspire Alicia Keys and John Legend.
Look, y'all know the Stevie I'm talking about, the Stevie Stevie Wonder, you know. So yeah, he inspired me. Like he's, I would say now, my most influential, like inspiring, like, or who I'm inspired by the most. But I say like, my foundational artists again, Alicia Keys, John Legend on the piano, Tony, fellow pedestrians, you know what I mean? And Lyke Jennings actually inspired me on guitar. I like Lyke Jennings because he was so raw. Like a lot of people, he put a story on, you know, in front of everybody, no matter who judged him or what. Like he put his faults, his everything on the sake of art, and I feel like that's a strong person to be that vulnerable, you know?
I met Lyke Jennings at Sony Studios when I was in high school.
Yeah.
He was very motivational. He was like real serious. I think he went to prison.
Yeah, right? Yeah, definitely. Like his first album talks about his whole journey, And one day, you know, it'd be cool to vibe with, you know, like, and that's, I'll say, like, that's my musical big homie, like Jennings, definitely. And like, man, so many music, Soul Child, definitely, Anthony Hamilton, definitely. It's so many people. I'm leaving out a lot of people. Outkast, for sure, Outkast.
Do you ever rap?
I can't rap.
You
a lot of people.
You say Ryan Leslie? I was just listening to him on the way here.
Oh man, Ryan Leslie.
Super underrated.
I actually covered his whole first album by ear on the piano on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Ryan Leslie. That first album to me is so classic. I actually met him some years ago. I got like an old picture and stuff. He performed in my college, and we took a little picture and stuff. But I for sure rock with Ryan Leslie.
Underrated.
But lately, I mean, as a past, I listen to a lot of old school. I listen to a lot of Stylistics. Man, Blue Magic. I listen to a lot of Delphonics. Bobby Caldwell for sure. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I listen to a lot. Just I call it era hopping. So sometimes I era hop. I go to the 40s. I listen to Muddy Waters, and then I listen to some like the new J. Cole that just dropped. You know, and then I just jump to the 90s, and I jump to the 80s. I jump to the 70s. I try to find the 20s. I try to, you know, I try to era hop. But yeah, I got so many influences out, to be honest. Like.
Are there any R&B artists today that move you?
Yeah, I would say the people that I think are like Joe Hurt, of course. I think Daniel Caesar is really talented as well. Daniel Caesar go crazy. It's so many new Sir go crazy. I cover a lot of songs because that's a West Coast brother, but his songs go crazy. It's a lot, and I don't want to not mention names to like de-edify what they're doing now, but that's the only like the people that just popped up in my head. You know, Janae Aiko. Man,
Did you listen to Janelle Monáe?
Of course. Oh yeah, of course.
I love Janelle Monáe. She got robbed of that Grammy.
She did, definitely. But yeah, it's so many. Oh, Thundercat. I rock with Thundercat, R&B, neo soul. He's very eclectic, so his vibes is dope to me. Yeah, Summer Walker's dope, and a new cat because he's kind of like rapping, singing. But one of my favorite newest artists is Moret. Yeah, so I feel like the old artists hit different because I feel like old school. I love old school because they still schooling you. You know what I mean? It's still school in old school. A lot of new artists, they can game you here and there, but ain't nothing like old school gaming me. Like I grew up around like older folks, OGs. Like I was a kid, you know, people playing dominoes, you know, in a garage, and I'm just a little kid soaking up game. Like man, let me tell you, young blood. Like I was like that kid, you know. So I identify with a lot of the like older folks, even in high school. Like I was a kid, I'm very youthful, but then I always had an old soul as well. So I'm always a young heart and old spirit. So the old school just pulls me hit different. Like, yeah, some people like, what you know about that, youngster? I'm like, what you know about that? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love old school, definitely.
Okay, so you prefer it? That's safe to say.
On my day-to-day, if you ask me what I listen to the most, old school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
That's understandable. I mean, I think I probably listen to more recent music than old school.
Right, I'm gonna keep it funky. Like if Migos was in town and the Temptations, I honestly would see Temptations.
Oh, I would see Temptations too over Migos.
You know, no shade to Migos. No shade. That's just my preference because I want to hear instrumentation. I want to hear, you know, like I want to hear some Roy Ayers. I want to hear just some real music. You know, not saying that what they, you know, because that's subjective. You hear people say real music, but as long as people making music from the core themselves, that's real music off tops, like automatically. But that old school just hit different, you know what I mean?
I feel that. For me personally, like what I'm listening to in heavy rotation is like Ari Lennox.
Oh yeah, for
Chloe
sure.
Halle.
Oh yeah.
I like the girly music.
Yeah.
The new girls R&B, Janae Aiko, her.
Right. Do you know about King?
King?
Oh God. Yeah. It's actually, well, originally it was 3 girls, but then now it's 2 girls. But it was, oh God, like. You gotta listen to King.
What's that genre? Is R&B?
Or like neo soul, eclectic. Their music is. like when Prince was alive, he co-signed them. Like when they came out, they just made 3 songs, like made a 3-song EP and got the attention up. Brian Leslie, Music Soul Child, Prince, all these cats. Jill Scott, like everybody just off of 3 songs. That's how dope they is. So, hey King, if y'all watching this, one day we gonna collab, you know, so like, I'll be one of them dudes, but nah, their music is amazing. I've seen them in the Bay a couple of times.
I'll take your word for it, I'll take them out.
Yeah, they go
you
crazy.
You said Prince signed them, Jill Scott?
They did.
Okay.
I was on Twitter, I was already in the mic.
Okay.
But they music is amazing. I cover a lot of their music on the piano as well.
So what is your goal as a musician?
So I would say my goal as a musician is I want to kind of keep the flame lit. Like, music has inspired me in so many different ways in my life. It's helped me escape in so many just dark moments in my life, and I just kind of want to be an artist that music transcends and just help people, make life a little easier for people. Or, you know, I like to make music that people can relate to, you know, to tell someone's story, because how I am as a person, there's probably a lot of people that didn't grow up, or that grew up the same way as me, that probably thinks the same way that I do, but they don't have no artist to represent them. So it's just so much I want to do.
Are you transparent in your music?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of my music, I will talk about whatever comes to heart, whatever comes to my spirit, because I feel like I want to let my imagination run free. Like, I feel like this is our sandbox, you know, like to let my inner child play. And I want to inspire others to just, as musicians or just in life, like do your thing. Who cares what anybody says? You know, it's you, it's your art. So I really want to inspire just the world, anybody that listens to my music, like, oh, this dude different, but it's him. You know, no matter what, you know, I don't want to sound like anybody else. I can draw influences, but I just want to inspire people just to be themselves, and also to connect, to show people how similar we all are as well, to show the interconnectedness of music as well, because music is a universal language. So just the vibe I want people to feel, I want people to think, I want people to just vibe, like, I don't know, but my goal, you know, I want to go to just as far as I can. I don't know exactly where the destination, because the journey is the journey, and I know sometimes the journey is the destination. But I love just kind of like just the impact behind music, like a Stevie Wonder. That's why I'm so impacted, or Tupac. Oh yeah, I'm tripping. I didn't even mention Tupac earlier. Like, I'm tripping. But you know, people that just changed lives through music and just made such a difference. I just pray that my music one day does that to my listeners. You know what I mean? And I love it. I want to continue to have fun with it, and I hope people can just share that fun with me, share it, and just, you know, join in my journey. And wherever we going there. I don't know the destination, but you know, hopefully people are in for the ride. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. Do you have any upcoming projects or upcoming shows?
Yes, I actually have a show coming soon. That's actually going to be my first show out the country. So this is a big deal for myself, because I only just left the country like a month ago for the first time. So I get to use my passport again and actually perform the vibe with individuals. So y'all keep in tune with that. I just revealed something that, you know what I mean? But
it's an exclusive.
Yeah, it's an exclusive that I was keeping to myself. But yeah, I'm going out the country to perform. I'm getting booked out the country, I would say. So. Oh,
is there going to be any footage of that?
If I'm not mistaken, I definitely believe so. The vibes and the people that's going to be there, definitely.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so. And that in projects as well, I have some new songs in the work. Just trying to sometimes be my own worst critic, you know what I mean? And you know, sometimes trying to be a perfectionist and trying to do too much, and I'm just trying to work on that. You know, just get the songs out. Because I have some songs that should be ready, that should have been out, but I'm just trying to tweak it and do this and do that.
I know how artists get down, anything like that.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to better my flow and trying to balance myself as an artist, as a musician, just, you know, just get stuff out there. you know, so yeah. But definitely it's gonna be a lot more songs this year than I've done any other year. And I might have a project, you know, I'm working on some stuff, but yeah,
it's May, so you only got what, 7 months left?
Right. Yeah, that's actually, it'll be good time. You know, when it's in due time, it's gonna be the right time, I feel like, you know, so.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. So where can everyone find you?
Y'all can find me on all the social media platforms, Leair Music, Leair Music. You can find me on my website, leairmusic.com, leairmusic.com. And yeah, just search Leair Music, and you should be able to find me. I'm on all platforms. I was gonna say Spotify. Oh, look. iTunes.
iTunes, Spotify.
Yeah, look, just combining them both, right? Yeah, on Tidal, just all the social platforms. I'm on everything. So yeah.
Make sure you look down in the description box below. I'll have his links for easy access. And thank you for coming onto my channel.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So thank you for just everything, the support, the video. You are appreciated. So
no doubt.
Y'all definitely get her to 100,000 subscribers. Y'all definitely support the queen. You know, she just good people, and you know, just love to see good people win. So she deserves it. So yeah, y'all rock for Keisha. Do y'all thing as y'all have been doing. But you know, just increase it, you know, as much as y'all can. I'm gonna do my part too, you know, as much as I can.
Thank you so much for being on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Love, light, and locks.